That's conformity to the world. As we go for conclusion. Whenever a Christian or church conforms to the standard of the world, there are crucial dangers and consequences, some of which include but not limited to loss of identity. As a result of conformity to the world, the Christian and church have lost the charming identity for which they were known. So now, wherever you say you are a Christian, the people of the world are amused. But the Bible standard has been, by their fruits we shall know them. It is this loss of identity that the government of the world messed the church up during COVID-19. Rise up recklessly and shut down church, and nothing happened. If Elijah were to be alive now, if you close that church, you will die in the night, and you open it by force. Because he maintained identity. Loss of spiritual authority. Like the sons of Sceva, the world and the evil spirits are boldly asking Christians and gospel preachers, Jesus I know, Paul I know, but who are you? How often have men of God in this country decreed that one president or governor will die within few days and nothing happens? This is a practical demonstration of loss of spiritual authority because of conformity to the world. Samuel, Joshua, Elijah, Elisha, Apostle Paul, Peter maintain high level of spiritual authority because they refused to be conformed to the standard of the world. Emotionalism replaces true spirituality. The typical scenario of 1 Samuel chapter 4, 1 to 10 is the direct result of conformity. Verses 4 to 5 says, so the people sent to Shiloh, that they might bring from there the ark of the covenant of the Lord of hosts, who dwells between the cherubims. And the two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, were there with the ark of the covenant of God. And when the ark of the covenant of the Lord came into the camp, all Israel shout noise, which is filling our churches today. We finish singing in church service, we start clapping in the entertainment industry. May God help us. We are in a very noisy but spiritually empty era of the church. Loss of the gospel efficacy and power. That's another consequence of conformity. Again, structural competition at the detriment of spiritual competence. We are busy building structures and people are busy going to hell and dying. Number 6, systemic plans displaces Holy Spirit direction and directives. And finally, Christ is ostracized from his church. Did you get that expression? Revelation chapter 3 verse 20. Behold, I stand at the door and knock. Which door? Who owns the church? If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come into him and dine with him and he with him. How come, that's the question here, that the Lord, who is the owner of the church and who has been in the center of the church amidst his people, is now standing at the door of the church and customs of this world? But let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know God's will.